Happy Friday, everybody. Okay, today is your writer's notebook check, and you do have a quick assignment on page 6 of your notebook. So if you click on this link, you will have access to not only my writer's notebook example, but also your submission. One second. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so if you click on your writer's notebook, it'll open up your slides. You'll have a new page 6 in there. But then you have mine, and if you go to page 6, you'll see my example. Today you are going to practice describing a single moment, and we're going to take a page out of Marie Lu's Batman Nightwalker excerpt, and we're going to practice providing a lot of imagery and details with one moment. So if you click on this link, it'll take you to the highlighted portion from the fiction piece I went over, just so you could just reread that paragraph or so and figure out what it is you're supposed to do. So if you look at your topic ideas on slide 3 of your writer's notebook, this is where you're going to get inspiration for that. So here is my slide 3. This was from before Thanksgiving break, and you'll see in letter C, I came up with some topics and subjects that interested me. And I really wanted to go with the space and astronomy one because I felt like it lent itself nicely to vivid detail. And I used more of like a personal narrative. So the goal is to write about something that only lasts for a second or less. I mean, mine was probably a little bit more than that, but I felt it was necessary. So you can be like scoring a goal, tasting something, special for the first time, stepping on the stage, anything that you want to focus on that you can really zoom in. It can be fiction. It doesn't have to be a memory. And it doesn't have to be from one of those topics, but in case you struggle with thinking about something, it does need to be at least 3 sentences or so of just one important second. And so mine is kind of more of like a moment, but there's a reason why it's 10 seconds. So on Netflix, there was a documentary on the Space Shuttle Challenger tragedy that happened in the 80s. And it was really, really sad. And then on the 24th, this SpaceX company launched the Falcon 9. And it was a big deal. It was all over YouTube and the news. And so we watched that. So this little piece is basically about that. So I said, recently I watched the preparations for the SpaceX launch, which catapulted my memory to the documentary I saw on Netflix about the Space Shuttle Challenger tragedy that took place on April 4th, 1983. Even though I knew the outcome, none of the crew survived. The documentary was still heart-wrenching. Fear and anxiety pulling at my heartstrings, the image of the fireball explosion racing through the back of my mind. I held my breath as the Falcon 9's launch was inching closer. 10, 9, 8. I felt my stomach tighten, refusing to let a single puff of air escape, as if my presence behind my TV screen could alter the impending events. 3, 2, 1. Boom. I watched silently as the rocket left white, smoky swirls and lines in its wake, waiting to see if the crew would survive beyond the 73 seconds that destroyed the Space Shuttle Challenger and changed the world forever. So even though mine wasn't one particular second, it was within those 10 seconds, but I was really focused on waiting to see, if the rocket would make it to the space shuttle or space station. And it did, but that was pretty heart-wrenching because I had just watched that documentary on Netflix. So in Friday's assignments, you have my example there, and you have the link to your writer's notebook. You can submit it to verify your attendance. I will just unsubmit it for you later for next week. But that is the assignment. So if you click on writer's notebook check, this is a locked assignment. You will not be turning anything in. This is just to remind you that this is where it needed to be completed. And it will be a grade category in the grade book, so you should be able to see your grade today. You have until 11:59 p.m. This assignment cannot be made up, so whatever you get done today, even if it's very minimum, right? That's what it is. So you'll have another notebook check next Friday where you can redeem yourself, but if you get a 0 today, the 0 may not be made up. So do at least 1 or 2 things that might be easier, but I'm looking at slides 3 through 6 being complete for today's grade. Okay? All right, happy Friday, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions and make good choices. We'll see you soon.